Segment's being sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, guys, this next segment's been sponsored by our friends over at Taylor's Archery. Y'all can find them at 100 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, Tennessee, or y'all can give owner Tracy Taylor a call at 931-563-7706. Let him take care of all your archery needs. And I know season's winding down, but that just means that tournament archery season is kicking off and getting stronger. So be sure to get down there and let him take care of all your archery needs. All right, guys, welcome back to the studio. I'm joined by a couple of other people now up here on the set that I promised earlier. Now I've got Mr. Kobe Taylor with us, and I've also got first mate Miss Cindy. So great to have y'all here with us as well. Guys, you know, we just finished showing y'all, but we just had another great trip down to the New Orleans area to fish with you guys. It's just there's such a variety of fish down there, number one, and just the fact that you can go out there and catch, you know, so many fish like that. And it's not like it's every day that good, but that day was just really good, you know. And you said right now, Bob's a great time. A lot of big fish are moving in.
The bulls are in right now. They've showed up big time.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all over. It's hard to get a slot red.
Yeah.
Because there's so many bulls.
Well, that's a good problem to have, you know. But a lot of people don't think about going down or anywhere, but, you know, anywhere this time of year on a trip, you know. I mean, it's not a bad time of year at all to schedule a trip with you guys now. Come down here because it's not as cold there, not usually. Y'all can get cold weather.
Normally, when we get a cold front, we'll get a cold day or two, and then it warms right back up. We don't get it don't stay cold for a long time. Yeah,
well, we were down with the kids. It was right around New Year's a couple of years ago, and, you know, we wore jackets when we were out fishing. That's about it. I mean, it was nothing major, so
that's right.
Nothing major at all. Well, Kobe, what's it been like growing up and being able to do this as much as you have grown? I mean, you boys have been, I've seen you doing this since you was this big, but I mean, it's been pretty cool,
It's just a fun experience in general, man.
It is.
I mean, just fishing, spending time with family.
Yeah, getting that. Now, do you prefer the redfish, or I mean, because there are a lot of things that can be pursued out there. Is that what you prefer to fish for?
I mean, trout's pretty fun too.
And when you get into those trouts, you can get into a bunch of them. That's what's fun about those.
And then the also excitement of chasing them, because you never know where they're going to be.
Yeah, they move around. We got on a big group that one day. You spotted them. You just literally, you saw all those birds diving. And you was like, man, there's trout over there, I guarantee you. And there were, too. We sat there and hit them pretty hard for a few minutes over there.
That's usually the trout.
And then they move on, you know. Then they go on to another area.
And then they're gone.
Yeah, they hammer them and they're gone. What do you think's probably the biggest fish you've caught out there?
Well, that's a pretty good question. Deep sea. Well, we're not talking about deep sea. Inshore, probably be good big redfish.
Yeah? I heard y'all had one the other day, 44 inches.
We caught one 44 inches. That boy took it to
That is a heck of a redfish, guys. I mean, 44-inch redfish, that's something else. Cindy, tell me this. Did you ever think you were going to be first mate?
No, sir. No, sir.
I have known Cindy for a long time, and I guarantee you that you didn't think that was going to be your future, but you have been.
Fishing, but I never dreamed I would.
She never thought she'd be in Louisiana, that's for sure.
But you know, it's been great. I mean, you do great out there. Of course, I always see you with the kids, but y'all are just great with the kids in particular.
It's a fun experience.
It can be a madhouse, but you manage to keep them all.
She makes it happen.
For them to come out and have a fun day fishing is what it's all about.
We had a boatload on that trip.
We did.
We had a blast.
We did, and you know, nobody got hooked. We had a few close encounters, but no, I mean, it went well. I mean, it's kind of like managed chaos when you're out there with that many kids, but
and that many fish.
You know, they did it. Yeah, but they did a good job.
You couldn't show half of the fish we caught.
No, just so y'all know, there is many more. If you notice at the end, there's a whole lot more fish in that cooler than what we're able to show, but. You know, you can only put so much into 20 minutes of film, you know, but it was it was a fantastic day, and I kind of mentioned earlier, but we focus on redfish, and I've told many friends now, if we had redfish here, I'd be ruined. I wouldn't do anything else. I'm kind of glad they're not here, because if they were here, it'd be bad. But we focus on those a lot and catch a lot of trout, but there's other species you can catch inshore, too, that you guys.
Sheephead.
Yeah, sheephead, they eat real good. Flounder, Nealon had a real good flounder.
There's a bunch.
So there's other species, and if any of you wonder what that fish was, I believe it was Cash brought it up to the boat, and Cindy just about put it in the boat and quickly spun it back over. That's a catfish. Those aren't allowed in Bob's boat. No catfish.
A hardhead catfish.
No hardhead catfish allowed. But anyhow, you just never know what you're gonna hang into out there, or what you're gonna see, you know. And the marine life's completely different than most areas you'll be in. You know, you get to see a lot of things that you wouldn't. Old relics we saw, old forts.
And it's totally different from inside to outside too.
It
you
is.
Fish in the marsh, you see all the alligators and all that stuff. You fish on the outside, you see the dolphins. And
it's just like being in the ocean
crazy.
Anywhere else. It's like two different worlds down there. Two different worlds completely. So.
And they're all right next to each other.
It all converges in this little area around New Orleans, Louisiana.
That's right.
And we actually fish out of a little area. It's Hopedale, I believe it is, and there seems to be a lot of action going on down there all the time. And I know as far as myself, I've usually fished them with live shrimp. That seems to be kind of
That's the best
number
thing.
one with most any boat you pass that's fishing for redfish, they're going to be using live shrimp. So
that's the
just
best
kind of a
thing.
given.
Unless you're sight fishing them or something, you can throw.
Well, there's so many
gold
shrimp
spoons or
there that basically that's the main diet
That's
of most of
right.
those fish. I mean,
That's what they're eating.
Yeah, that's
So
right. That's what they're eating. That's
wanna
what you
fish
got to use. That's what you got to use. Well, guys, we're going to go on over right now and do this week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week is being sponsored by Cryolite Realty, our buddy Wes Stone over there. He's at 1432 West Main Street, or you can also give Wes a call at 615-444-8200. Let him take care of all your real estate needs. All right, well, my tip for you guys tonight is we're getting on into the later part, or kind of mid part of the winter calendar-wise. My point is we get on up through January and February, some of us are still fishing a lot, but a lot of people are kind of taking a little more easy right now. But what I want to stress is this is the time, go ahead and be getting everything ready. Be checking to see, make sure your lights are working on your boat. All your lights are working. You've got your life jackets ready to go. You've got your flotation device ready to go. You just, get new line put on all your rods. In other words, just take this time. Don't wait till your buddy calls and says, hey, we caught 60 crappie yesterday, and go start, trying to get all your stuff together. But your expos are coming up, a lot of your fishing shows and things. Use that as time to learn, gain knowledge, and be ready for this coming year, because preparation is going to give you a better deer season, fishing season, whatever it is you're into. The more prepared you are, the better off you're going to be. So that's your tip this week. We'll get ready to take another quick break. We'll be right back with some more Southern Woods and Waters.